Hey everybody, welcome back to a windy day in Fredericton, New Brunswick. We are in our private jet and we are going to be heading off on our next leg of the Canada tour. It's almost April, snow's gone, it is windy though, and today we are flying from the capital of New Brunswick, Fredericton, to the capital of Quebec, which is Quebec City. So we have no power card or anything here, so we're going to have to hop on board and get the batteries up and running and get the APU on so we can get this aircraft started up. So let's jump in and we'll get her ready to go. Alright. So first things first, parking brake is set. Chocks have been removed. Ground power unit is non-existent. Throttle levers are at idle. Engine masters are in cut-off. Ignition is normal. We will turn on the batteries. And then we will start the APU. As you can see, we've got limited displays available right now. The APU is on, that's 3 seconds, and we will click start. And we've got to get the APU up and running to give us power. So we're kind of stuck at the moment while we wait for that. So if we take a look at the flight pad and the weather we have here, we can see that there is no significant weather, although it is windy. Strong winds out of the west today. So we're going to be flying pretty much up to just northeast of Quebec and then turning on to the approach. It's an RNAV into Quebec Airport. Have been there. It's a smaller airport. Quebec City is not a large place, even though it is the capital of Quebec. Montreal is the big city. Financial hub, transportation hub, and all that type of stuff. Oh, there's the APU is up. And we'll get the bleeds going as well. So everything is now coming alive. So we can now get the adheres running. Get them aligning. We'll also get the nav lights on. Get our displays up so we can see what we're doing. And we have a full flight today. We have 25 executive class passengers flying with us. And they will be enjoying all that we have to offer, from fine wines and champagnes to exotic foods. Although it is only a 50-minute flight today. There will be things like charcuterie and cheese trays laid out for them. All that nice stuff. I'm also running the latest fly-by-wire, so this is the custom autopilot, and the custom flight dynamics, and the new sounds, and all that neat stuff. It's really, really cool. Let's get the standby illuminated, and then we'll turn up the McDoos, so we're ready to go there. Alright, so no ATC today. I generally find there's nothing on in Canada anyway, really, that much. So we're not going to bother with them. So landing gear lever is down, flap lever's up, spoiler levers are retracted. Fuel quantity is looking good, and we'll get the signs on. There we go. And we will call for the stairs. We'll get the catering, and we will get the baggage. Not sure what's going to come out, as we are kind of remote, but we'll put in the request anyway. And cabin crew, you can start boarding. It's not going to take long. It's only 25 people. So we'll do a quick weather check. Okay, actually, before we do the weather check, let's get the flight plan in. We're not going up to 340 today. The flight's too short. We'll actually give it a try. We are in the air for almost an hour, so maybe we can do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items
So weather request has been sent.
If you have any trouble
Carry-on are set up.
please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know, and we will be happy to help.
So our zero fuel weight today,
Items in the overhead bin
63605.
Close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also, be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other
6.
passengers can get by you.
And our center of gravity,
Emergency exit row. Please review the exit seating responsibilities.
31.3.
Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be received.
Block fuel is
Now's the time to get out any
5.2.
last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate,
And we have a
throw away
headwind
any
of
laptops or
54.
tablets. Thank you, and welcome aboard. We are ready to go when you are.
Alright, so everyone's on board.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 01 with service to
I left
Quebec.
that on speedy
Our flight
loading,
time will
so
be
it went
roughly
rather quickly.
47 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode.
So
and
we
your
are
large devices
departing
now shut
today
down
on
and
runway
Please fasten
27.
your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables
And we're going
back
off
are in
the
a full upright and locked position before
CF
departure. Cabin
or
crew,
CYFC1 departure, which is basically just straight out. Our arrival is on the RNAV Zulu for runway 24, I believe. Yes, RNAV Zulu runway 24. And we are going in on the Simto 4. And DFD. No, it's the BODPO. We'll insert that. And that is now ready, so we'll go to our performance page. Transition altitude, North America, 18,000 feet. Flaps 1 with 0.6 down on the trims. And are we going to flex today? Let's take a look. It's CYFC. Weather. The weight is 68774. And CYFC. It's not giving me a runway selection, so I'm going to say we are going Toga today. So we're going to be 135, 136, and 140 on our weights. No ILS to program in. 3 minutes to alignment. And we are almost there. So everyone's on board. We can lock the door as we get ready. We'll dial in our 340. Since there is no restriction there.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We will be ready shortly.
Okay, I will hold.
So ground is ready. Basically, we're going to do a start. I'm going to ignore that guy. And we're just going to do an immediate turn, taxi out, and then backtrack. That's 27 runway right there, so it is very close by. Yeah, this is our custom jet. Very, very nice looking airplane. Luxury interior. Seats 25 very, very comfortably. The current QNH for Fredericton is, well, we'll look at the weather in total. So it's about 20 minutes old. Winds are 290 at 18, gusting 28. 9 mile visibility, broken 4,500, broken 5,500. 3 degrees. 2967. So change that. 2967. 67? 63. Go down here to the standby. 1 minute to go on the alignment. Bit of a low pressure right now. And airport elevation is 67 feet. Should be almost ready to go. So transponder, we are VFR. Let's clear that. We're going to be at 2,000. Transponders on above. Set to TARA. Beacon lighting will come on. Crew oxygen supply is on, and the seat emergency lights are on. FMC setup is complete. Departure briefing is done. Doors are locked. APU is on. APU bleed is on. Fuel pumps are now on. Thrust levers are at idle. Engine areas are clear. Ignition to start. Starting engine number 1. We're doing an at-stand engine start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling
Now
on the
they
loose end of the
changed
strap.
things slightly. The engines take a little bit longer to get up and going. And we will go outside and listen to engine number 2 as she starts up.
On this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin
And a
loses
good
pressure,
start
an
on
oxygen
engine
mask will drop
1,
right in
starting
front of
engine
you.
2.
Start the flow of oxygen.
You gotta admit, that sounds amazing. All right, back inside we go.
Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Engine number 2 is done. Igniters to normal. APU bleed will come off. APU is now off. Hydraulics are good. Fuel flow is good on both engines. Alright, pre-taxi. Probe and window heat. Heading to the altimeters are set. And cross-check. Standby instruments are set. Radios and avionics. So transponders now on standby. Radios are set. Autopilot is set. Flight director is now coming on. and no speed restriction, and heading will be VNAV, so they will go into managed mode. Auto brake set to max. It'll be a flaps 1. Trim will be set to 6 down. And flight controls: full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, and right rudder, neutral. Those checks are done. Taxi light coming on. Brakes released. And we will begin our taxi now. We're going to hard over. This is our taxiway out. Then we're going to backtrack on runway 27. Speed brake arm, TO config, and we just got to warn the cabin. I'll give them a ding now since it is a short taxi.
Okay.
Alright, we are going to stop here before entering the runway. So engine instruments are checked, flight instruments are checked, takeoff data is set and entered, landing lights will come on, nose light to take off, strobe lights will come on, pitot heat's on, de-ice not required, transponder is on TARA, the weather radar on, and the PWS is on. Alright, let's taxi out. Approach path is clear. Again, we're just going to head down to the end of the runway here. Not that far to go. Turn around here. We'll get ourselves ready to depart. Go. Lined up on the runway, and we're ready to go. So chrono starts. 50% power. Engine spooling up. Engines are stable. 5-degree nose down and toga. 100 knots, easing back the pressure. V1, rotate. There's that little crosswind kicking in. Positive rate, gear up. I actually went off on the wrong runway. Wow. That's me not paying attention. I went off on 3-3 instead of and not while you're still clicking lever climb. I can't believe I just did that. Lesson learned, folks. Always check your runways. I'm sure I'll be hearing from ATC about that one. Anyway, we're now doing our climb out. Taxi light can come off. Not sure why that's still flashing lever climb. We are in climb mode. Not going to worry too much. But sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, enjoy the drinks and the food, and I'll catch up with you on descent into Quebec City. Alright, we're starting to get close to where we're going to begin our descent, which is going to be about 80 miles out of Sim 2. So we're going to enter in our current weather information. And our current information that I've just pulled up has the QNH at 2997. Temperature of 0 degrees. Winds are 280 and 11, and they are gusting to 23. Transition altitude will be 18,000 feet. And our baro for this approach will be 557. Full landing configuration and VF of 135. So just to show you the route we're coming in. Here's the Navigraph. We're coming in from Simto. We're coming here to Bodpo. We're then going to come up to Ikbed, make that left turn, and follow it down. Now, I've checked these altitude restrictions. They do seem to be lining up with what's in the FMS, so we're going to see if we can get it to do a automated RNAV. If not, we will do it by hand. No problem. And we will work it out. I do know where we got our start our descent on a 3.1 degree slope. If that doesn't work, and it will be probably in the 800 to 900 feet per minute descent rate. So we're just coming up to cruise, and we're just about to start our descent. So Not a lot of time for folks in the back. It is a short flight, but we're out over Maine right now, the wilderness of northern Maine. And when Shimto gets to 80 miles, that's when we're going to begin our descent. We got that strong headwind, so that will help us slow down as well and descend at an easier, well, we can delay the descent a little bit more. The extra lines you're seeing on the ND are the missed approach. Takes us back out to Shimto for another attempt. Shimto at Bodpo, we want to be at 4,000 feet, so that's what we are going to enter in. And at Igbed, the start of the procedure, we're going to be at 4,000 feet as well. We don't want Bodpo. Can I delete you? New. Interesting. So we're now on cruise, and this is still flashing lever climb. I think that's a little glitch in the fly-by-wire at the moment. There's a company message. That's probably going to be the weather coming back. It is. And 299er2 is what it says. So let's set that to 299er2. That is the in-sim. Don't know if that's changed.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight meal service.
Send that off again.
Back for our menu, and one of our crew members will stop by shortly for your order. If you would like to order additional menu items, please hit the flight attendant call button at any time, and we'll be over shortly to assist.
They were going to do this as a manual on the RNAV. So Shimto, it actually wants us under 10,000. So we're going to set 9,000 feet. Let's see if this has changed any. Yeah, 299er7. So it did change a little bit. There we go. 299er7 is set into standby. It's 88 feet coming up. We will set. Let's go with 9,000 feet. Begin the descent. Set 1,500. And we're going to set to hold 270. I find she does a really good job now holding speed, which is nice to see. Fortunately, it still wants to do the no vias. Let's see if I can actually change that while we're here, before we actually get into the plan. So the arrival is going to be the RNAV 24 Zulu. The Sim24, and you take Novia. Sim2. No, you're taking the Bivet. not what I want. That's okay, we'll work around it. Oh, that's a really weirdly fast drop there. Not sure what that was. Forgot to take the Navigraph chart off. But we're beginning our descent now. Still heading out over northern Maine, but we're going to cross into southern Quebec in a minute. And almost no clouds in the sky, which is pretty nice. They're down low. There we go. Let's get back inside. 29,000 feet. We'll throw the seatbelt signs are still on. Never really took them off for this flight. I believe that's the St. Lawrence coming up ahead. Gorgeous day here. Looks like all the clouds are over Canada. So I'll join up with you once we pass down through 10,000 feet.
We have begun our final descent into Quebec. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
So we're coming up for 10,000 feet. Slowing down to 250. As soon as we hit Simcoe, we are going to go direct to Ikbed, and then we are going to start to slow to 180. So I'm actually going to go activate approach mode now. So that will be ready to start slowing down. We will have to probably use speed brakes a little bit to keep our descent. Or maybe not. Starting to level off here. Still got... For some reason it says we're going to Bivty, which we're not. We're going to Simcoe. As you can see, it thinks we're going to do this arc, but as soon as we get up to Simcoe here, we're just going to go direct over to Ikbed. There's the St. Lawrence River. And Quebec City's on the north shore of the St. Lawrence. So we're going to be under the maximum of 10,000 feet. We're currently at 9,000. We're going to want 4,000 by Ikbed. we're going to want to start to slow down. So we're about to hit the decel point. So I'm going to get us to start slowing now. Set 4,000 in. Good speed's coming back. 2 miles from Simto. So we're going to go direct. To Igby. Do that now. So there's a turn. We're going to start our descent to 4,000. So speed's back. We can go flaps 1. That'll help keep our speed down. A little bumpy. Again, it is gusty out here. To be at 180 knots by ink bed, which we are going to be. We are bouncing around a bit. I think we can see the airport just coming into sight there. And it looks like we're going to fly over the city. Once we make the turn at ink bed, we can activate our approach mode. And we'll see how she does. If not, it's about a 900-foot descent down to the runway. Alright, we're holding speed nicely here. See the Laurentian Mountains and the still a little bit of snow on the peaks. That strip along the ground there that you see is probably where they've run power lines, high transmission towers, so they clear the terrain around it. You get these strips looking like that out in the wilderness. So that's the power running up along the edge of the St. Lawrence. And then over this side we're looking into the South Shore, which is also part of Quebec, and then further off you've got Maine and the US down there, and the St. Lawrence River, of course. 6,000 feet. Got 8 miles to go. So at 4.5 miles from Ulbom, that is where we should begin our descent. We should cross Ulbom at 2,500. So let's see what happens. Alright, we're starting to level here. Definitely got some heavy cloud above us. But we're looking clear as we pass underneath. See the terrain coming up. Switch over to short range. So 2.5 miles, I will go to flaps 2, bring our speed down even more. There's 2.5 miles, going to flaps 2. So we've got some rain in the distance. It looks like we got that artifacting along the windows back again. So it looks like we're making our turn towards Album now. We're level at 4,000 feet. Airport's coming into sight. Can't do that, so let's see if we can go track. Give me a down of 3.4. And we'll just track in on, what is the track? 241. See how she does. Gear coming down. Do get that crosswind coming in. So it said Album we should be 2,500. We might be a little bit high since it was delayed in the start. We are tracking. Yeah, we're a little high. Gotta give it an extra notch there. Flaps 3. Spoiler. Taking the cabin. Anti-ice is off. Winds are spacking and coming around. Kisk, we should be at 1220. 2 miles to go. I think we're still going to be high. Flaps full. So we're getting a little bit offline here. Not too bad. Alright, going to manual. See if we can get ourselves a little bit better lined up for this. Keep that descent rate. We are high on the descent. Push it a little bit down. This one red. Okay. Ease our descent rate. Nice little crab going there. Dark clouds ahead. 1,000 feet. Getting a little bit better lined up here. 2 red. Just charting our descent rate slightly. Go. Better. Definitely see the houses and everything down there. 500. A little high again. Above. Minimum. Landing. Trees.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
And we're down. Reverser's green. Whoa. Bit of a wiggle there. Not sure why. I picked up that crosswind. Reversers are off, and we are exiting at hotel. Not my best landing, I'll say that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Quebec. The local time is 10:36 a.m. and it's currently about 0 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the default sign is off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins.
GPU is coming online.
If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
And flight directors are off. We're taxi up to the terminal now. That was an interesting landing. Not quite what I was expecting. AP is ready if we need it. Across the runway here. We got a little bit of a hill we're going up. Engine's a little bit of power. Alright, so we're not going to take the first one here, we're going to take the second one. Delta 1. Is this one coming up here? So we'll take it in and we'll park at the gate. Alright, and here's our gate right here. And we are parked. Let's get the jet bridge moving over, and then we will do our... Cannot connect the jetway. Am I not... Do I not have power? I don't have power. Am I not close enough? Let's see if I can move a little bit closer. Or I might be too close already. Let's try that. If not, we'll use the APU. Alright, APU it is. So, parking brake set thrust levers are at idle. Ground contact is established. Ground operations, yeah, electrical power is the APU. So the APU bleed is now on. And the engines will come off. Engine 1 and engine 2 are now off. There's the logbook. Signs are off. Exterior lights are off. Nav light is staying on. Anti-ice is off. Fuel pumps are now off. And everything else is good. Well, thank you very much for joining us on this flight to Quebec City. We'll see you on the next leg. Bye for now.